Welcome, Leahs. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being back. All right, Leahs, let's go in and check in and see what is happening and transpiring. And so this is the week of the 20th until the 26th. We see children. Your connection with children is a part of your life purpose, okay? So maybe it's good if you, Leahs, is looking for a new career to basically go work with kids, okay? Sometimes we are always looking for some sort of a new change, and sometimes we don't even know that is best. Sometimes, sometimes we need career change. All right, so some sort of a problem with kids in this week, your inner child, and a whole lot of worries is going to be here. We have 10 and 4 is 14. A lot of sadness, a whole lot of sadness is transpiring. You guys and the Aries are having some sort of connection in the sense of the problems, the issues that is creating. So what we're looking at in the center is the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is that a corporation, institution, is investigating a situation and is recognizing some sort of a dishonesty that was going on. So a situation where it could be a doctor situation. Gemini's is always doctor's lawyer, that sort of a thing, where they now recognize that some sort of a contract in an international corporation. So this can be doctor's lawyer, hospital, insurance, and that sort of a thing. If you see, this is the energy of the 2 of Cups, and it has to do with a Cancer woman. They're now recognizing a situation that has to do with a Cancer woman, and that you guys are connected to this person. This person could have been a sister, a friend, or whoever. But they're now recognizing that a Cancer woman come up with a whole lot of money. And I see this corporation institution is now investigating how this Cancer woman have accumulated all of this money. The 5 of Swords is that a whole lot of information is now coming out. And I see there is no, it's as if an investigation. This is Aquarius, because this is sadness. And whatever is transpiring, I see a Aries is very saddened because they found out something about you, Leahs. They are now recognizing something about you, Leahs, and a house. They're now recognizing something about you, Leahs, and the workplace. Some sort of a contract that you, Leahs, have received. I see people in authority is now recognizing that there was some sort of a fraud play in another country, another city. I see a whole lot of burdens for you, Leahs. And a Sagittarian, whatever is going on in another city, a Sagittarian is going to be speaking up. Like a Sagittarian changes. They're going to be firing and getting rid of a Sagittarian, because here they're definitely going to be firing and getting rid of a Sagittarian because they recognize that a Sagittarian is done something, whether the Sagittarian is your mother or whoever the Sagittarian is, at frauders or fraud some sort of a documentation. Because I see now you, Leahs, are receiving this message, and I see that you, Leahs, recognize that you going back to a country is not going to be happening, or you traveling to a country is not going to be happening, because now they're finding out details and information of how you got into a country, and they're going back and looking because they recognize that whoever this Cancer is in another country, this Cancer have a whole lot of money. Whoever this Cancer is it your daughter? Is it your family member? This Cancer in another country, and this is like a developing country. They now, an end is coming to this Cancer because they find out a lot of lies of this Cancer, because it is the energy of the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords is Mars in Gemini, But this is not a Gemini, this is a Cancer. And you see the energy of a Gemini is going to be ending some sort of a marriage or connection with a Cancer, because this Gemini recognized the lies of a Cancer. So you Leos are connected to a Cancer from another country, and this Cancer from another country pretend to be very financial, stable and wealthy, but you don't know how this Cancer get their wealth. This Cancer get their wealth by stealing, copying data and information, accessing people's bank account, frauding, co-creating documentation, getting false credit card and that sort of a thing, and frauding a lot of people. So a lot of you Leo is connected with a Cancer in another country, or a Cancer from another country, but not really knowing really who this Cancer is. For some of you is your sister, some of you is your mother, some of you is a cousin or a relative, and they're now in that country. They are now recognizing what this Cancer have done. And a hand is coming up because they're now recognizing the dishonesty, because a lot of data and information came out, and people are now recognizing how a Cancer have come up with a whole lot of money. And this is a Cancer, is a migrant Cancer, how they all of a sudden came up with a whole lot of money and wealth. And now they're looking back and recognizing that this Cancer had copy and fraudier documentation. Okay, this Cancer was accessing people information and data and creating new contracts and business deal. And now an international corporation is going back and looking at some sort of a data and information, and is recognizing that you know, these data and information doesn't clop. It doesn't. It's not. You know, they recognize that this Cancer data and information doesn't match. Okay, and now they're really getting to the bottom of the situation. And you know, whatever is transpiring, this international corporation is recognizing that a Gemini could be sick, and you Leos, there is something about you Leos communicating with a Cancer. This corporation is now understanding that you Leos have something to do with the sickness of a Gemini, because this Gemini is not well, and they're now recognizing that you Leos have something to do with this situation. At the home front and with a house, a whole lot of details and information came out about a house, and people are now recognizing the lies and deceptiveness of what was transpiring. They're now getting details over a house. They're an international corporation. It's as if you Leos was saying and having documentation and data and saying that the house is yours, and even crying on top of it. You're a sick little person. It's not your house. You and your Cancer daughter is a criminal. How up now? Woo, I hate people who do that. You're mentally unstable, just as your child. You are all from you know where what, and your child has went to Europe, and however she got to Europe is via this Gemini. This poor Gemini man is now sick and don't even know what is wrong with him. You know, doctors are really, this Gemini man is not well. A whole lot of details, because they're going back to the country that you said you're from and investigating it. And they're recognizing that you're not from that country. You're lying, because you're from Africa. Okay. So, you know, people get with the program, because you know, you Leos have deceived so much people, and this is very wrong. Okay, a lot of people from undeveloping countries buy documentation to go into other country, but when you're going to be using a healthy person documentation and their dead family information and creating chaos. This is greed. And, the problems that you are going through, because, this corporation institution, because I see a lot of governments are coming together and is looking at this. And this young Cancer or this Cancer person, they are onto this Cancer person for a very long time. And they have been watching this person. You people create so much chaos for other people that is totally ridiculous. So I see you're crying. I have, really people get together. Wow. No new start for an Aquarian, Gemini, or Libra person. For an Aquarian person, they're going to be recognizing what this Aquarian person have done. They're going to be recognizing that this Aquarian person have given you Leos data and information of someone else's house and documentation. They're now getting to the bottom and recognizing an end is here for a Gemini. Whatever is happening and transpire, whoever this Gemini is, because a lot of you are dealing with Geminis. An end is here for a Gemini. This Gemini is going to be devastated. This Gemini recognize that his Cancer wife and his Leo mother-in-law have created chaos in his world. And I see that governments are going to be helping this Gemini to get out of this burden, because this is a really sick piece of work that was that have transpired. It's a really devastated situation for this Gemini. And this Gemini is caught up in this situation. So I see him for a Gemini, in for a contract for a Gemini. I see that this corporation is now looking at the situation and is recognizing something. You Leos are dealing with some sort of a sickness, some sort of a health problem. Some of you Leos could be ending up in the hospital. Yes. A lot of you Leos could be ending up in the hospital. A contract for a Cancer is going to be canceled. They now recognize that this Cancer has gotten a whole lot of money on the false pretend. I see they are going to be really coming down on a Aquarian man. This Aquarian man or woman had falsified and gave a Cancer woman from another country documentation and information that should have never been given. They are now recognizing that this Aquarian person had worked together with a Sagittarian, and that's why a Sagittarian is going to be fired. They're going to be checking the Sagittarian communication between a Cancer, and is recognizing that they formulated some sort of a contract that was not above water. And I see no new start. Whoever this Aquarian person is, I see sadness. So an Aquarian person is going to be fired on Friday. So a lot of you, it could be a nurse, a doctor, or someone in a medicine area. They're going to be fired, okay? Someone who could work also in a bank financial institution is also going to be fired, because they're now going to be recognizing what this person have done. I see that an Aquarian person is going to be really surprised, especially if this person work in a doctor office or a hospital or an international company. They're going to be fired. No new start for a Leos who I see Leo women or men could be fired. They're now recognizing, and whatever you're being fired for, they're going to be making sure and putting a pen behind your name, because you have done something that was not above water. So it was having someone else's documentation, contracts, information, and they are now getting to the bottom of the situation. How did you get it? Where did you get it from? And they're now going to be recognizing that an Aquarian person was the one. No new start for an Aquarian person. This Aquarian person is going to be surprised at what has happened. And I see some sort of an investigation, and these people who are investigating a situation is going to be so happy because they are now putting the puzzle together about some of you Leos, okay? So in your foundation is that some of you Leos are dreaming to go to a Cancer person, a rich Cancer person in another country. But, you know, your dream is going to be separated because they're now investigating this so-called rich Cancer person. So it is some of you daughters or family member, and they're now recognizing that this person have been frauding a lot of people, and that is how this person came on their riches. And they're now going to be recognizing the lies and the deceptiveness of this person, and how this person formulated a situation and get all of this money on the false pretend. And they're now recognizing that this group of people is really disturbing. It's like a criminal organization, and it's as if they think that what they're doing is like Robin Hood. They think that they're Robin Hood, but it's not. You know, we're living in normal time, and if you want to be Robin Hood, go back to the bushes and you know, help go rob people. But this is a serious situation, because I see a lot of developing countries are now investigating and checking documentation of people and trying to find out. So I see sadness for some of you Leos, and especially Leos that have their business sadness, because you Leos was saying that a house is yours, and now they have data and information and recognize that a Cancer person is the one in another country that gave you the documentation of someone else. And you know, this is a really sick situation, because you know, and you people, they should be using you people as examples for doing this. Really, do you know how many people are being sick? Because there is it that Gemini is sick. That Gemini is sick. Whatever you have done to this Gemini, and you Leos did something. You Leo women and your Cancer daughter did something to a Gemini, and a Gemini is his health is deteriorating. And, you know, it's a thing that you plan to murder this Gemini, just like you plan to murder the Gemini friend, okay? You all plan to murder people in order to get their identity and get their assets. You know, people should know who you people are. And apparently, whatever chemical imbalance that you people have, you need to find some help. And I don't think that any help is good enough for you than to be in a straitjacket somewhere, in sitting down in some sort of an institution, for you to really think and really imagine, were you going to get away with this? It is a sick, devastated situation that you, Leo woman, and your Cancer daughter have done. You have caused disgrace for a Gemini woman. You have caused disgrace for a Gemini man. You have created so much chaos for these people. Okay, so not all of you Leos is just a Leo woman and her criminal Cancer daughter that live in another country. And the way the Cancer have the wealth is by frauding a lot of people, copying other people's documentation, opening bank account on the false pretend, accessing people data and information, calling up people and saying and telling people and asking people and saying that they are this and that, and gave you Leo mothers some sort of a documentation that you have a house. Do you know how the lady got her house? She didn't lay on her backs and sit and plan crime and criminal. She worked to get her house. You people like to go to developing countries, see other people there, and is so jealous of what other people have. And they don't come in and sit down. They went to study and they went to get their degrees and the rest of it. You people just want to live off other people's backs and just get everything that you want, which is really wrong. I see sadness for some of you Leos, and there is going to be some sort of a conflicts at home, some sort of a domestic violence at home. for Leos. And you guys, I'm sorry for. So if you're a Leo who is in a relationship with an Aquarian, there is some sort of a domestic violence with you and your partner, but this person could get locked up. And I see this person is going to be leaving you. So if you're a Leo that is in a relationship with an Aquarian Gemini, an Aquarian person, they want to end the relationship, move out, or they want you to move out. So some sort of unexpected news is going to be happening. And I see whoever is in a relationship with an Aquarian, something is going to be transpiring and it's going to be coming up, and people are now going to be recognizing what was happening and transpiring. So whoever, I see the end to the wealth of a Cancer woman, or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpion person, because they're now recognizing that's not the person. Okay, they are now recognizing that that's not the person. They have so much information and data on a Cancer woman, and recognizing that a Sagittarian was the one that co-created a contract for a Cancer woman to get into a country. An international corporation with many governments are really sitting together and is trying to get an angle on what has been transpiring, because a whole lot of international corporations is ripped off by a group of criminal people. And your daughter or your sister, who is this Cancer, who is pretending to be rich, in a European country or so, is not rich. She has been working with a crooked criminal organization and has been accessing other people's data and information, creating bank accounts under false ID, and getting money from people and pretending to be people, using dead people data and information from out the USA. So, people, when I see someone and they're pretending as if I know how I get my money, this is a sad situation. For the rest of you Leos, you're going to be okay. If you're not dealing with the Geminis, it's going to be a good week. If you're not dealing Aquarians, it's going to be a good week. Yes, you Leo woman who wanted to go visit your family member who is a Cancer in another country, it's not going to happen. I gotta go.